Hey there, book lovers. I'm Haley.
And I'm McCayleigh. Welcome to Two Chicks and a Plot Twist,
The official podcast for the Facebook group, All Things Book Related.
We're two besties who are here to share our love for unforgettable characters, unpredictable storylines, and the books we just can't put down.
From our all-time favorites to the latest releases, we're bringing you deep dives, hot takes, and maybe a little friendly disagreement.
So grab your favorite read and let's get ready for some bookish fun.
Hey everyone, and welcome back to Two Chicks and a Plot Twist. We are so glad that you're here with us today. We've got a super fun episode planned for you guys.
That's right. Today's episode is a little different, not only because we're going live for this episode, but because it's our season 1 finale.
Yes, that's right. So guys, we are taking just a short break from recording, like a month and a half, just to reset, recharge, and travel. And let's be honest, just read a lot more books.
But before we go, we wanted to hang out with you one more time and reflect on all the chaos, laughs, plot twists, and probably way too many book boyfriends we collected during season 1.
So whether you've been here since our very first episode or just binged our entire season last week, we are so glad that you're here with us today. Let's go ahead and dive into our season 1 recap. But before we do, McCayleigh, how have you been?
I've been good. Right now, I'm a little like, whoa, we're going live. This is insane. But for the most part, good. I haven't had many crazy things happen recently. My cousin is advancing to state softball, which is really a big thing here in high school, Texas, UIL, you know, all that. So we are rooting for her, and I get to see them this coming week. So I'm very excited. I get to go to Austin. But yeah, what about you, Haley? Anything crazy happening?
Nothing much, guys. I just graduated. My gosh. Yes, I just graduated last weekend. And it feels like there's been so much time between now and then. I've also been sick for like 2, almost 3 weeks straight. Like I had strep throat and now I have something else. And I'm sure next week I'll have something different. So I'm just sick constantly, I feel like.
Wow. Yeah, I hope you get better fast because that's so sad. Summer's just now starting. You have to go into summer mode. We're in vacation mode. We're in enjoying our life mode because it's summer. It's time for vacations.
McCayleigh's about to leave. She's almost about to do her wedding and traveling.
That is coming up. Yeah, it's coming up so fast, which I mean, I got engaged in December, last day of December. And then we were like, let's just elope. Let's skip the wedding part, the big, fantastic, grand, everything, and just go to Europe and Asia. Yeah. And that's what we will be doing next month, which gave us a really good time to go ahead and put pause on the podcast just for, season 1 to end, season 2 to begin. So, yeah, and here we are.
Yes. So, what have you been reading?
I'm
so excited. Yes.
You know what I've been reading? Harry Potter and the Prisoner of Azkaban. I had just finished book 3.
Yes.
That was pretty good. I texted Haley
book is
after.
Really good.
Yeah, I was like, what was this huge conversation at the end? So the rat was the bad guy? And she's like, yes.
And I was like, yeah, but just watch the movie because I feel like the movie explains it easier and simpler without so much talk.
Right. I need to just turn on the movie because I've watched the first movie, the second movie, and I need to watch the third
movie. There's a different Dumbledore also, so you get
Wait,
that.
Really?
Yeah, I think the first guy, he died or he got really sick.
I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Aww.
So there's a different Dumbledore. Third to the end.
Dang. Well, that, I've watched the movies before, watched.
A long time, yeah.
And then, I guess, now I did not know that. They did a good job at, I guess, making it look alike, too. But then, I also just started, Goblet of Fire, so we are...
Goblet of Fire's really good. What part are you at?
The very beginning. They just finished, the Quidditch competition, and then they just, hurt all the muggles. Not hurt, but spun them up in the air in the woods, and there was just kind of the raid kind of things while they were camping. Gosh. But I haven't really gotten past that, I don't think, yet. But Yeah, that's just
It's
at the
really
very
good.
beginning.
The fourth one's good. I feel like, yes, Prisoner of Azkaban takes like a totally different turn in the Harry Potter series, and I think after, or in that book, that's when everything turns like a little bit darker. So that's like one of my favorite books is Prisoner of Azkaban. Plus, you gotta meet Sirius. I love Sirius.
Sirius. I used to think everyone kept saying like Severus Snape and Sirius Black. I used to always call Snape Sirius Snape. Like,
No.
that's who he was to me. I was like, it's the same person. I learned that no, it is not.
And I'm wearing
yes.
my Harry Potter shirt. I'm wearing my herbology shirt with like all the little plants and stuff on it. So
Wow.
I knew that we'd be talking a little bit about
A
Harry
little
Potter.
bit. That's so
Yes.
exciting. I'm wearing, because, you know, in season 1, we had a lot happen. One being, Haley got me this t-shirt. It's Pirates of the Caribbean. It's Jack Sparrow. He's, like, on Snapchat. He's like, where's my charger? It's my favorite t-shirt. I'm like, I wear it when I want to feel funny. So,
Yeah.
here we are.
That shirt's been to Mexico now. It's so cool.
It's been on the ocean. Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, it's been
Very
everywhere.
cool.
Okay. So, guys.
My recently read.
Yes, I'm sorry. I'm like, we love them both. Thank you for loving our shirts. Page to picture. Haley is like, what? She doesn't see these comments,
See,
so
I
I'm
can't
like
see
trying
any
to
of
get
the
them.
comments. I don't know why. That's crazy. Oh well, it's fine.
Oh my gosh. But yes, tell me, what are your recently read books, Haley?
So I just read A Shield of Sparrows. That was all over my Bookstagram's feed. Like every single post I was seeing was about this book, and I had no idea what it was about. So I listened to it on Libby, and it was okay. It was super overhyped. The ending was really good. I think like the last 5 chapters was just super good. I think that made up for all the overhypedness. So it was good. I'm currently reading The Night and the Moth by Rachel Gillig, something like that. And it is so good. I think that this might be my favorite book for 2025. It's like gothic and dark. It's just so good. Oh, I just can't explain. Like, Rachel puts something into her books that just makes you want to keep reading and keep reading. And the way that she writes, all like the gothicness, it's so good. And it's just like, I want to be there. I want to be in that time. Like, it's crazy good. She's the one that wrote One Dark Window.
That's
so
awesome.
Good.
I really did like
Yes.
those books, so I'm sure I'd like The Night and the Moth. But that book, The Night and the Moth, is the only thing I've been seeing on my feed
Yeah.
for like
It
the
just
past
came
week.
out. Yeah.
Wow. Well, I'm glad it's doing well. I want to read
It's
it.
so
I'm
good.
like,
It's
I don't know
really good.
when, but I would like to
Yeah.
read it.
It's so good. I'm listening to it right now, and I don't know. There's just something about it. Rachel puts like drugs or something into her books that just makes you want to continuously read it. It's just so good.
Lots and lots of drugs.
Yeah.
But yeah, like we said, season 1 is coming to an end. That's what this episode is. We are recapping our favorite moments, our least favorite moments, everything that we can possibly think of.
Yay.
And we will be coming back with season 2 on July 24th. So you'll want to stick with us on Instagram. We will be very active there. But in the meantime, let's go ahead and jump into this.
Yes, so we're going to kick us off with just talking about the wins and all the growth that we had with this first season. A lot has happened, you guys. We've been here for, how long has it been? 7 months? 8 months?
We started
I
the
think?
podcast in November of 24, so last
7
year.
months.
Yeah. And
7 months.
And with that, we've surpassed 1,000 streams and 5,000 Instagram followers. So that's a huge W.
Yeah. And we got featured in a bookstore article, which I've talked about so many times. That is just like real. Honestly, it's a dream come true because I'm just so grateful that they reached out to us and just offered us their platform to sort of, one, promote our podcast, but also just talk about our love for books and talk about our love for podcasting. So if you want to go read it, it's on our Instagram. There's a bookstore highlight, so you can go check it out there. So fun.
Yay. And then we were also interviewed as a podcast by Chapters of Success, which that episode will come out later, and the University of Jacksonville in Florida.
Yes.
So that was awesome. That was pretty awesome too.
Yeah, that was really cool. We love when people send us an email or DM us and just ask us to join either their podcast or ask us, like the University of Jacksonville. It was just a girl who asked us, hey, can you jump on a Google Meets call just to talk to my organization about what you do with your podcast? So that was pretty cool. And for our very first episode, this was just like a huge win, and I was just so happy. We had an international bestseller on the podcast as our very first episode, and that is Evie Woods. She wrote The Lost Bookshop. That was our very first book that we talked about, and that was just so cool. And it just goes to show that if you reach out to someone, if you show their page love, and all I did was I DM'd her, just, hey, do you want to just talk about your book for a little bit on our podcast? So reach out to people. We have reached out to so many people, and we'll talk about it later. We have so many really cool people coming on very soon.
Yeah, it only gets better in season 2, guys.
Right.
Like, we have things we can't share yet. Like, it's that good.
Yeah.
But with all of that being said, we had to learn a lot going into season 1 to get to where we are now.
Yeah.
And, you know, some being with scheduling, issues with editing, staying on topic, which is very hard for us to do because we like to talk.
Yeah.
And yeah, go ahead, Haley. What are your top 3 favorite episodes?
Okay. So, all the Sarah J. Maas episodes. So, those were three episodes by themselves, but I'm just going to group them together. I love getting to talk about her books. So, that's Throne of Glass, Crescent City, and her ACOTAR series. They are just really my 3 favorite fantasy series so far that I've read, and I just love getting to talk about them. I also loved our Powerless series breakdown, and that episode also did really well, so hopefully we'll do more things like that in the future. And also our Bang Mary Shelve episode. That episode was so fun to record and also so fun to hear what listeners have to say about it as well. What about you?
Yeah, so my number 1 episode was Bang Mary Shelve Book Boyfriend Edition, but we had a lot of fun in that episode. As I was editing, I was like, oh. And then at one point you were like, I didn't know we were doing like the bad guys. And I totally added the bad guys, but I'm like, wait, this is Book Boyfriend Edition. I would not call that man a book boyfriend, but I did it. So we got Voldemort on the list, and who knows who else, all the other slimy bad guys. The
guy from The Handmaid's Tale.
Yes, him! Oh my god. And then for my...
Speaking of The Handmaid's Tale, since we're on live and Hannah's watching this right now, she has spoiled the ending for me, and I'm the one that put her on that series. So I now have it out for you. Hannah's my sister, by the way, for everyone that doesn't know.
Not just some random follower.
I have it out for you, and the next time that I see you, I won't fight you, but I'm gonna be mad at you. She spoiled the ending for me, and I am not there yet.
Wow. Well,
anyways.
Wait. Is she finished, like, the final season?
She's done. I don't know if there's any more episodes that they're making, but she just told me a really big spoiler the other day.
On purpose?
Yeah, on purpose.
Girlfriend!
She knows I'm not there. She knows I'm not there.
Well, maybe she lied. Fingers crossed. Maybe she lied and just wanted to get under your skin. You're like... Speaking
of staying on topic, that was...
I know.
I cannot stay on topic. There's just something about my brain where I just want to talk about a million things.
Yeah, no, Sorry.
McCayleigh edits a ton out, so that's, like, good about the live, so you can actually see, like, our chaotic energy, because when McCayleigh does the editing, none of this will be in there, because she's like, no one wants to hear Haley go on a rant about The Handmaid's Tale.
Oh my god, no, like, I just breezed over it a second ago, but when I was talking about the issues that we had to learn, like, you know, with scheduling, editing, and all this, not only is the editing part of like, oh, let's edit this out, whatever. Our first episode, we did not record it. Like, I did not record that first episode. We had to go back and re-record the entire thing and pretend like it was the first time.
Yeah. And we were so tired also, and we were like, we've already talked about this. Like, I already know what McCayleigh's gonna say.
We were like, let's fake it, let's smile. Yeah. But I'm pretty sure it was the first. It might have been the second, but...
Scheduling also. Scheduling is crazy. With our guest interviews, we booked up super quickly. There's so many people that want to get on a platform and share their story about their book and things like that. So scheduling is crazy, and I try my best to keep everything cohesive and organized, but it just slips out from under me sometimes. So, like, McCayleigh texted me the other day, and she's like, did you mean to do this and this on the exact same day? And I was like, no, but thank you for telling me. I'll fix it. Scheduling is really hard. Yeah.
Oh, no. I don't know how you do it. Like, Haley is the one who handles all of our scheduling, and I see her, like, little, updates she makes to our shared Google Doc about who's scheduled when for which episode. I'm like, oh my God. And, you have to also accommodate for the guest and what dates work for them, and I don't know how you do it. So props to you, Haley.
I'm like, will this date in October work for you? October's like 4 months away. And we're like, okay, yeah, I guess, sure.
Yeah, we're really pushing 2026 here. Like, we're going to be there very fast and into scheduling, Yeah. So, but
crazy.
That, will not stop being crazy. But I was giving everyone my top 3 favorite episodes. We are all over the place. Who needs show notes? We got Bang Mary Shelve as my number 1. My number 2, I had to pick Book Boyfriends, Awards, and Favorites. That was our 11th episode. And then I chose my number 3 favorite was Bookish and Savage 1-star picks. That one was
really
so funny. Yeah. There was a moment that we turned into a reel. It was like one of our first like mini pop-off reels.
Yeah.
It was the spine. Like, that was my ick. When you crack the spine of a book, that's my book ick. And Haley goes, well, I do that.
Books, the spines are cracked. What are you talking about?
I'm like, no. You gotta, like, gently ease into it. oh, y'all gotta find that reel. Go find it. Oh, my gosh.
Oh my gosh.
We covered a lot of books on the podcast this season.
We did. Oh my gosh.
Right. What were your favorite books that we covered?
This is so hard to narrow down because seriously, we have talked about so many. Number 1 has to be Onyx Storm. We have waited so long for Onyx Storm to come out. We waited, over a year, I feel like.
Yeah. It was
over a year for it to come out. And it lived up to all my expectations, and now I'm going to wait probably 2 or 3 years for the next one. Onyx Storm was just so fun to talk about. Also, Fearless. We've been waiting for that one forever. That is the Powerless series. That's the last book in that series. That was just so fun to talk about. And we talked about that one on my birthday episode, so even more fun.
No, that was a good episode.
It was. What about you?
So for me, my favorite episodes were our Quicksilver episode and Phantasma when we covered those books because I love nothing more than swooning over a good book boyfriend. And I could go on and on all day about my man Kingfisher, guys. And I feel like anytime I bring it up now, I'm like really rubbing it into Haley's face. One, because she did not enjoy Quicksilver as much as I did, and 2, because we played a Jeopardy game, and it was the only book-related question she did not get right, and it was book boyfriend Kingfisher. She said, what'd you say, Rhysand?
I said Rhysand.
Yeah.
And I told y'all last episode when we talked about this, I need someone to go back and listen to all of our episodes and clip every time McCayleigh's talked about Rhysand, then clip how much she's talked about Kingfisher. Oh, Kingfisher. I don't. Yeah. But Phantasma is really good. I like that one. And we need to read the second one, Enchantra. I've had it since it came out, but I haven't read it yet.
Yeah, one of my friends read it, and they said that it just felt like a repeat of Phantasma. So I'm like,
it's her sister.
Yeah, I don't know if they go back into the games or what, but I don't know. I'm still gonna read it regardless, but only after I finish the entire Harry Potter series, which is taking me 20 years. When did I start the Harry Potter series? I probably started this in
February, maybe?
I think February. March? We are still going. It is May. I really wanted to have this series done before my trip next month.
Yeah.
Oh, next month. I leave in like 2 weeks. I wanted to finish the Harry Potter series before then, but I'm only on book 4. I don't know if it's gonna happen.
And the books just get like thicker as you go on, so but they're really good, so I'm just so happy that you're reading them.
I'm so excited to like get through them. Like, I need to finish these.
At this point, you're like, I just want to finish the series.
I just want to talk about them. That's the thing. Like, I want to be able to finish them and then have conversations without spoilers. Like, that's what I want. Like,
yeah.
But at the same time, of course, I'm trying to like enjoy them for what they are. But let me hurry up and do it at like 2 times speed.
Yeah. Oh my gosh. Well, now let's talk about a book that started mid and ended up a favorite. What do you got?
Well, for me, I will say that is Fearless. Only because Reckless, I really just, it just fell flat for me. Because, I mean, we've discussed it before. The whole Reckless book was just them going town to town, chained together, let's go to sleep.
And it was like the same thing over and over, yeah.
And it just, I think our conversations also about, what's her name? Aviard. Victoria Aviard.
Yes,
I think her name is. Her books.
Did Red Queen.
Yes, Red Queen, that series, since it was so similar. Like, I didn't read it, but Haley did. And also hearing input, you know, and reading other reviews, I'm like, yeah, it is falling flat. So going into Fearless, I felt like everything was kind of predictable to, you know, obviously she was going to end up with who we thought she was going to end up with. Otherwise, it would not have been a good story. But
and it's also like we theorized so much about it and almost all of our theories were correct. Yeah. Which that's a good feeling, but at the same time it's like I caught this a mile away.
Yeah, where's the plot twist? That's what the show is.
I don't understand how some people didn't get it. But I was like, how did you not see it? It was all there.
Right.
I don't know.
So, I mean, so the ending, like, as she was going and doing her trials again, like, it was still memorable and a good favorite, I would say. But what about you? What is one that started mid and ended up a favorite?
I pretty much liked every book that we read except for Quicksilver. I mean, I still like, I just want to like hate on it with McCayleigh. No, I still like Quicksilver, but not a favorite. But The Lost Bookshop, that one started a little bit slow, but it ended up becoming a 5-star read for me. That was the very first book that we talked about in our first episode with the author Evie Woods, so go listen to it, of course. It's really good, and she also sent me her newest book, and I really want to read that. It's like The Mysterious Bakery on Rue de Paris. I'm like reading it in front of me. I'm trying to like squint and see it, but it's supposed to be really good, so I want to read the rest of her book. She writes, the way that she writes, it just pulls you in, and it's just really good. She has like she writes really good stories when she writes, and so.
Yeah, and then going into this, Evie Woods was our very first guest. And for our very first episode. And now we're going to start talking about all of our memorable guest moments. And in total, we had, I think, 9 guests. And just before we started recording this episode, we just wrapped up our last guest of the season. So it's kind of like a bittersweet feeling. I'm like, oh, there they go onto the podcast channel. There it is. There's season 1. So I feel like it just put a bow on it.
Yeah.
But yeah, Evie Woods, the first guest to start us off with a bang.
International bestseller,
Yes, and it was huge. That episode is maybe our second most watched episode behind the Powerless Breakdown episode, because that was really popular. I think we recorded that at the perfect time because Fearless was just coming out and we just broke down everything. So if you're getting into that, go back and watch that episode. Yes.
Our second guest that we had was Kalena Miller. She is the mother and daughter duo. She's the daughter from this local bookstore to McCayleigh called Hyperbole in College Station. So we gotta listen to her talk about all the behind the scenes of actually owning and running a bookstore and knowing what type of books to put in your store to sell and things like that. So she had a lot of really good insights, and I think that there's a lot of people listening to the podcast that dream of opening a bookstore one day. That is a really good episode to listen to if you want to hear all the behind the scenes scoop about it.
Yeah, I just had a book market yesterday, and like it was a night market. So they stopped by my booth and said hello yesterday. I was like, oh my god, hello! This is the bookstore owners.
Yes,
that's so that was awesome. And then another guest we had was New York actress Clare Solly. She was funny, guys.
So fun.
She's an actress. Like, she's a good actress, and she had so much insight as an author. Like, what can she not do? But she was really fun to talk to, so go back and find that episode for sure if you're just finding, and guest interview you want to listen to,
Yeah.
pick hers.
And she also talked about living in New York, which
Yes.
was really cool. Us
Yeah.
living in Texas.
I know,
getting
there's
to
nothing.
see- yeah, getting to vicariously live through someone else.
Oh, yeah.
Next one, which was so cool. When I first saw the email of her asking to join, I immediately texted McCayleigh and I said, what can we do to get this person on ASAP? And that is Chelsea Cole. And she is the author of the Unofficial ACOTAR Cookbook. We had so much fun getting to talk to her, getting to talk all things ACOTAR. She gave us like a inside scoop, really, of we were the first people, I guess, to see her cookbook, which was just such a good feeling, and we just felt so special also. And she sent us this really cool PR package. It's like a box, and it looks like the ACOTAR. It's like so pretty. I'm gonna keep it forever.
I know, yeah, mine's actually on my shelf. You can probably see it. Maybe
Yes,
it's right
yes.
there. But
It's so cool.
yeah, it's amazing. She had like little ingredients, and since we
Yes.
were one of the first to get the cookbook for that episode, we made our fairy wine and whatever
was
drinks
so
we
fun.
had. But yeah, that was lots of fun, and getting to interview her was really cool. And then we also got to collab with our Page to Picture podcast girlies.
Ooh.
Yes, that was so much fun. With them, we broke down Romeo and Juliet, and just shout out to them. That episode was epic, and
it was.
We may be doing it again, so I'm very excited for that. Maybe.
Yes, they're so fun. I feel like I talk to them on Instagram probably once a week. They're such like two really cool, fun girls just to talk to, and I listen to their podcast all the time. They just did Pride and Prejudice, which I'm a Pride and Prejudice girly through and through, and it was just such a fun episode.
They said they love us. We love you too.
Thank you.
Not me reading every comment that comes through to Haley. Oh my god. Of course. Oh man.
Next up, we had Kara Zone. Kara is seriously probably the most helpful person in the writing community that you will ever meet. She actually read my work that I'm working on. I had a Zoom call with her, and she gave me all these really great pointers, and she helped me like direct me to editors and people in the publishing world who I can talk to. In our episode itself, she's a writer, she's a writing coach, she used to do editing, she used to do ghostwriting. She is just so informative, and she seriously just wants the best for every single indie author, every single person out there. If you have any sort of questions about indie writing or just want to ask her anything, honestly, ask Kara. She is the person to go to. I could talk about Kara all day. I love talking to Kara. We love talking about Kara.
I know, yeah.
Kara.
She wants nothing but the best for everyone, and she's just the kindest soul. She's like, let me help you. And not only that, she has a whole community of people backing her at all times, which is so amazing because it's not just us who think she's great.
Yes.
Everyone thinks she's great, and it's because she is. She's like so helpful, and everything you said about her, very correct, very true, very informational. She's gonna help you no matter what. Mm-hmm. And again, guys, we're gonna like go ahead and add all these guests to the episode description so you can find them, and even their episodes if you want to go back to listen to those. But Kara Zone is a very important contact to have in your back pocket because of how well she knows her stuff. But another guest that we did have was a writing duo, Anissa and Tyler Thornberry. They were amazing to talk to. If you've ever wondered about writing with a spouse, writing a book with a spouse, or co-writing with anyone, really, that was a very informational interview to watch and learn from, because they had some writing tips that I did not think of. And I mean, for me, I've never thought about writing with my significant other. So I was like, oh, okay, you have to do that. That's crazy. But yeah.
They had a really interesting perspective on writing, that was cool to talk to them. Oh, we also had Jenny Grimes. This episode just released last Thursday. Yes. Jenny, we love you so much.
We love you, Jenny.
Jenny is also just another type of person who wants nothing but the best for every single author that's out there, every single writer that's out there. She wants you to succeed to your fullest extent, and her books are just so interesting. She is a debut romantasy writer, super heavy on the romance. She's got she's got her second book. It's coming out I think in like 2 weeks, so by the time this episode airs, it's probably going to be coming out that week, so check it out. Jenny Grimes, she released Shades of Power. Super interesting book.
Yeah, and if you are just a debut author starting out or don't know where to even begin, there's probably no one more relatable than Jenny. So you have to go listen to her episode because she gave us a lot of information that I didn't have when I published my first book. So going back and learning from her, I'm like, I could have done this differently. I could have made my life easier had I followed your advice and talked to you before now. But definitely go back. Her episode is one worth listening to. And then we just finished an interview with Audra Kate Gonzalez. She was very amazing to talk to. So nice, so kind, had so much information. She is a horror author, so she writes horror stories for the young adult genre. That was just really interesting to listen to. It's giving R.L. Stein, Fear Street, a little bit of Goosebumps, and it's just perfect for that age range of teens that can't quite get into Stephen King because that's a little too heavy, but these R.L. Stein level genre kind of books, right up your alley. So if you're into writing all these spooky stories, guys, this episode, her episode, it will be out already. So this will be the previous episode to this one. Go listen to it. It's amazing.
It's like fresh on the brain because we just finished talking with her like 30 minutes ago. But she was really cool to talk to. She was our very first YA, even horror.
All we ever do is romance and fantasy, sci-fi.
So we were like, let us try to do something different this time.
And not only that, but she works in publishing. And I think she said she was editor-in-chief. So we got to learn a lot of helpful information, like what she looks for in manuscripts and what she doesn't when it comes to selecting, books to publish from authors. That was a very, very insightful episode. And now, guys, we are going to go ahead and jump into our Season 1 awards. And to start us off, I love everything there is about book boyfriends. So can anyone guess what my book boyfriend award goes to? Please. Haley, have any guesses?
Let me side-eye the camera.
I know. Well, my book boyfriend award will be going to Kingfisher from Quicksilver, not Rhysand from ACOTAR. Just rubbing salt in the wound.
Oh my gosh.
But Haley, where's your book boyfriend award going?
So I picked books that we read this season, but if I could pick any book, I would pick Dorian from Throne of Glass. But for this season, I picked Xaden. We read him Fourth Wing. We read it in Onyx Storm. You cannot go wrong with Xaden. He's just so good.
Yeah, we got to talking about Kit from Powerless and everything. I'm like, wait, because you told me, you were like, I think you're just into the princely type or something.
She is.
And I'm like, maybe I do have a type. He got money and he looks good. Let's go.
Christian, where are you?
I know. I'm marrying a teacher. What should that say? I love Christian. I'm just playing.
Oh my gosh.
Most unhinged rant award.
Okay.
And who gave it?
This was our very first, our reel that went the biggest outreach that I was texting McCayleigh. I feel like every hour being like, oh my god, this reel has 5,000 views. Oh my god, now it's at 10. Now it's at 20, 30. It's almost to 50,000 views. So go watch it. It's pinned on our Instagram. McCayleigh gives a really good insight about the double standard in fantasy books that are written by female authors compared to when male authors write them. There's just that double standard there that, we all see it. It's when women include romance themes in their book, it's immediately classified as smut and all these different things. But when men do it, like in Game of Thrones, it's considered epic, which is just a horrible double standard, and we hate to see it. But if you want to listen to that entire double standard
reel
rant,
the whole all
rant,
of it, just go watch that episode.
I don't even know.
That is in our Onyx Storm episode.
Yeah, it's in our Onyx Storm episode, so go listen to it. We both kind of talk about it. It's just crazy. I hate it. I will stand on my soapbox forever and talk about how women need different things.
Please continue commenting on our social media. We love arguing with you, so don't stop.
Yes.
Keep it coming. We'll take all the heat.
Yes. Oh my god.
As for me, my most unhinged rant, which isn't really a rant, I had already brought it up earlier because I couldn't contain myself. I just had to bring it up. But the cracking the spine of a book. Haley Rogers. I've already touched on this, but she's like, I crack the spine of my books. I'm like, girl.
Okay, here's the thing. I don't do it purposefully, but whenever it's a big book like Silver Flames is definitely cracked. A Court of Wings of Ruin, definitely cracked. Crescent City for sure. Because they're so big, and I want to read books, like, flat out. And so, like, when it's that big, I'm just like, okay, I just gotta, like, spread it open.
Yeah. Yeah, maybe also because, like, I'm an audiobook listener. I just can't
there you go.
fathom, you know, like, if I'm holding a book, okay, I get it, but, like, I'm gonna not spread it out on the table. I'm, like, peeking through the big book to read the lines.
No.
I'm like, I don't want to damage it. I don't want the cover to be all flappy and, like, not sit closed right. I'm just a perfectionist in that sense, so I'm like, I can't.
Let's talk about the goals that we have for season 2, just to tease season 2 just a little bit. We've got a lot of really cool, interesting guests coming up. We won't give out names, but we've got New York Times bestselling authors. We've got US Today bestselling authors that are interested in coming on. So McCayleigh and I have both manifested it, and we really want to make more diverse interviews. Of course, we love talking to our indie authors, but we also want to talk to
like publishers, editors, bookstore owners, agents, all of the people. So,
yes. Manifesting. Speaking of manifesting, is there any other dream guests that we should manifest right now? Come on.
Sarah J. Maas, Rebecca Yarros, J.K. Rowling.
Oh my god.
Maybe Colleen Hoover. I know there's controversy with probably every one of these authors, but I'll take what I can get, honestly.
I would love to have Stephanie Garber. She did the Caraval series and the Once Upon a Broken Heart series. She would be really cool to talk to. She is actually releasing a new book coming out sometime this fall or this winter called Alchemy of Secrets. Stephanie, I've been asking for art copies. Love to have one. I say this all the time, and the authors are like, this girl is so desperate, we're not gonna give her one. Because
they probably know you by name. They're like, oh, it's that one.
I know, but I would love to have Stephanie on. She just seems like such a really genuinely nice person from everything that I've seen on Instagram and the way that she interacts with people. She just seems so nice. I'd love to have her on. I'd love to have Mary E. Pearson on. We have talked to her in the past. Mary, I'm manifesting again. We've talked to her. She couldn't come on last time because she was writing her second book. Well, the second book is about to come out soon, so hopefully she'll have time to join us. I love all of her young adult fantasy books. McCayleigh still needs to read them, but they're so good.
I know. I need to jump in. When you said Stephanie Garber, I really thought you were about to say Stephanie Myers. For whatever reason.
Stephanie Myers can
Vampires
come on too.
are on my mind. She's the author of Twilight, and we had just finished talking about vampires with Audra Kate in our last interview, and that was, 40 minutes ago now?
Yeah.
So, I was really excited.
I wrote, like, the opening paragraph to a vampire book, and it's been sitting in my notes app for, like, 6 months, and it's really good, too. To the point where I'll read it once a week and be like, oh my god, this is so good. Like, I have so much that I want to work on. I've also wrote the entire opening chapter to this book that I'm writing with my sisters. I've got that. I'm writing 3 books at once right now, like, seriously.
Wow.
My mind is crazy. I don't know how it happens.
That's amazing. Yeah, I'm kind of like that. I just have ideas and things that I want to write. I'm like, okay, I'm in the middle of writing a series right now. I can't just stop and transition. Yeah. But I would love to write a book like Emily McIntyre. She does The Hooked and retellings of Disney characters. I want to do the same for like Barbie, the Barbie movies. That's what I want to do. I'm going to do it. And
that would be perfect for you. Yes, that is so cool.
I know. So I gotta find the when, but I know what. The what.
Yeah, that is so cool.
Yes. All right.
Is there I'm trying to think, like, is there anyone else? I like to manifest. We
I
have to
know.
manifest. I'm like,
Lauren Roberts.
yeah,
She would be good.
Lauren Roberts would be so cool.
Yeah, we got to meet
Maybe
Lauren
that's
Roberts
it.
in person, so that would be really
She was
good.
so nice. Maybe that's it.
Maybe it is.
Carissa Broadbent, the daughter of No World series, you just read Serpent in the Wings of
Yeah.
Night. Carissa, we're manifesting for you.
Please,
Okay.
come talk to us.
Now, let's talk about books that we are dying to cover in our second season. I think I know what yours is.
I think you have the show notes, and my answers are on your show notes also.
But I knew about it before.
You already knew. I would love to cover Brimstone. It might take some convincing, but I bet I could get Haley to say yes.
I will still read. Yeah, I'm still planning on reading it.
Okay,
yeah.
so she doesn't hate it that bad, guys. We like to make a show out of it. Secretly, she's like, oh, I'm a nice person. Why am I so nice?
No, I think that the way that Quicksilver ended is super good. I think that there are so many things that can happen in Brimstone, and we talked about theories that we have in the Quicksilver episode, so go listen, because
Yeah.
I think we have a bunch of really good thoughts there.
I forgot we did those theories. I'm like,
I know.
wait, you're right. Now I
I
get to go back and
love
see
theories.
if they're right.
Oh my
I
gosh,
know.
yeah.
You're a theorist of the duo. Like, we can
Oh my
always
gosh.
rely on Haley for the answers. So
Oh,
if you want a
thank you.
spoiler and the book isn't out yet, just go talk to Haley. And say, what books are you dying to cover in season 2?
Harry Potter, guys. I want to talk about Harry Potter for so many episodes. I just want to do an entire month of Harry Potter. I'm manifesting that it will happen and that McCayleigh will finish the series. I just have so much that I want to talk about it. And just rereading the Harry Potter series and just rewatching the movies and thinking about the Harry Potter series just brings back so much really good childhood nostalgia, and it just gives me a really good feeling inside. So I just want to talk about it forever. And going hand in hand with Harry Potter, I really want to do an episode about the Manacled fan fiction before it gets turned into the published work Alchemized. Manacled was so good. Seriously, one of my favorite books that I have read in 2025, and it's that Manacled is not even a published work. It is a fan fiction that was on AO3. So I just need McCayleigh to read it so I can talk to her about all things Manacled.
I want to read it. Like, I want that kind of tension in a book.
Yes.
And Harry Potter is not giving it right now. Like, not the kind of tension I need.
Yeah, they're like
need-
really young.
Yes,
Book that you
I
read,
know.
they're like, what, 14, 15 years old?
13. Well, yeah, in book 4, I think they're like
14?
13 or 14. Yeah.
Yeah, somewhere around there.
They're
Like,
still
really
pretty young.
Yeah.
Oh well, I'm gonna read them anyways. We're gonna get through this. 2 times speed. Gosh. And then, yeah. What to expect during the break.
McCayleigh's gonna be out of the country, so just I will miss her so much, but I will be active, of course, on our Instagram and Facebook pages at Two Chicks and a Plot Twist. I'm always active on there. I love talking to everyone on there. I love posting content on there. I'm also gonna be posting on my personal Bookstagram at Haley's.books. But yeah, we will just have a bunch of really good updates. Also, as the time goes, we'll be updating our schedule, because we're coming back in July, so we'll be updating our schedule as time goes on into July, so you can see like our July episodes and everything like that.
Yes, and don't worry, guys. We will not be ghosting you. Like Haley said, we will be all over social media and re-releasing our favorite episodes from season
Yes.
1. So stay on the lookout for those. That schedule will be releasing in June and July. So yeah, that's what we're
Yeah.
going to be doing. And we can't wait to get back and get started. We have big things planned for season 2, and we can't wait to share with you. We can't say
I
much now,
know.
but we are so excited that we get to share it with you when we do. In the meantime, if you want to support us, go ahead, re-listen to your favorite episodes. We'll also be re-releasing them, like I said, to make it easier for you. And then go ahead, tag us at social media, favorite quotes from the podcast, TikToks, Reels. Give us all of it.
Yes. And just leave us a review, guys. I check Spotify at least once a week just to see if we get any new reviews. And I just check our YouTube and our Spotify, Apple Podcasts just to see if anyone's left comments or anything. So I love getting to see when we have a new 5-star review. I'm just like, oh my gosh, someone loves us.
Yes! It's so fun.
So if you are listening to this right now and you haven't left us a review, please go and do so. It will make my week. Just seriously, I check it once a week just to see. So go leave us a 5-star review, please.
Yes.
And also just tell your book bestie. Tag us on social media, on your Instagram. Just a little screenshot that you're listening to our podcast on your favorite platform. Tag us and we repost everything. So let everyone know about us.
Yes.
We have just put so much thought and trying to make this podcast just welcoming and trying to make it like such a really cool, awesome place to listen to two people talk about books. And the way that we have it set up, we try to make it seem as though you're just listening to your two book besties talk about books, and you can chime in at any time. So I love it. I love this space that we've created for people. And we have seriously, guys, this is not the end for us. We have so many super cool ideas, things that go with our brand that we're coming up with. So you have not heard the last of Haley and McCayleigh.
Not at all.
Course.
You
Never.
will hear plenty more. So we can't wait to see you for season 2, and we'll just tune in then. Follow us on social media. Make sure you're following us. We'll keep all our updates on our Instagram.
All right, guys. So while we're off recharging our chaotic reader batteries,
keep turning pages, dodging spoilers, and kissing fictional men who will never emotionally ghost you.
Season 2 is coming in hot. But until then, we will see you on Bookstagram.
Bye!